Joining us now, political analyst, contributing writer to Ebony and BET, Zerlina Maxwell. Good to have you with us on the broadcast. Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, Fox News contributor Judith Miller, wrapping up a new book we're waiting for. Good to have you with us. Let's first, your reaction to Morgan Freeman's work.
Well, you know, I love Morgan Freeman. He's an excellent actor. I think he's wrong on this point, though, because I think that there's plenty of data and empirical evidence that shows that outcomes for people of color are different. If you grow up and are born in a certain zip code, that actually determines how successful you can be. And how unfair is that in this country where hard work should pay off and everyone should be able to work hard and get ahead? And that's not true.
And so you think outcomes should be equal?
Yes. If you put in the same amount of work, you should have opportunity
well, for example,
to succeed.
I could work all day to contribute to Ebony magazine and not be as good as you. So should I then make the same amount of money?
Well, if you were doing the same work, I think, yes, you should make the same amount of money.
Judy, your thoughts?
I think we're talking about equal opportunity, and until the opportunity gap is eliminated between races, things won't improve. And I think that Morgan Freeman is one of the most gifted actors I know, but this is why actors ought to stick to acting and not be involved in political policy.
What about journalists? Should they get a voice in all of this?
We always get a voice.
So just to keep it clear, I think Morgan Freeman's exactly right. This country, and I think to hide behind race as an excuse, as he is suggesting, is a terrible thing.
Well, but the data aren't with you.
Right? No,
if I may,
okay.
You had your shot. I'm going to take mine. My view is that this country is, well, 60 years further along, and we need to take note of it. The platitudes and the construct of language about race and the outcomes of being equal constitute, to me, a revisionism that's unacceptable.
Well, let me tell you a story. My mother is not even 60 years old and went to segregated elementary school. That's my mother, not my grandmother, not my great-grandmother. So I think that when you say we're 60 years removed, that sounds like a long time. But when I'm talking about my mother, who's not even 60, just retired, went to segregated elementary school in the North, I think that we have to really take account to the reality of the history of this country, and the fact that the opportunity is not there for everyone. We're not there yet. We're along the journey, and it's an ongoing struggle. The civil rights movement is not something from the past. It is an ongoing struggle.
For you?
No, for everyone. It should be everyone's struggle.
Well, no,
not
that's
just
your
people
view.
of color.
No,
But not just people of color. I think that we should want opportunity and equality for everyone and all people.
If I may.
Sure.
As one who was there in the 60s.
Yes, but I read the books too. I mean, just because I wasn't there doesn't mean I don't know.
So you can dismiss my history, but I can't dismiss yours.
No, I'm saying that I have different lived experiences, and so we have a different point of view.
You have a different ideology. And
No, it's not an ideology. It's my lived experience.
Yes, and how long is that experience?
32 years.
32 years. So it's only half as good as your mother's.
No,
so we should have your mother
32
here.
years plus.
I can't keep up with your reason. Shall we talk with your mother? That might be more...
Well, sure.
More fulsome in perspective. Let's turn to the president not apologizing. Surely you want him to apologize.
Well, Mitt Romney wrote a book, No Apology, and I think that certainly, the president is the commander-in-chief of the country and the military, and it's his job to make sure that our soldiers come home no matter what they've done. It doesn't matter. We don't ask questions before we bring them home. We bring them back, and then he faces the American and military justice system. So this president is doing well. He covers his eyes, his ears, ignores the law that was written specifically to prohibit exactly this outcome. No. That's not actually true. It's not illegal.
Well, actually,
the commander-in-chief. No. I went to law school. I understand.
I congratulate you.
No, executive power. He has the authority to be able to move unilaterally.
Oh, unilaterally?
Yes.
So the law that was written by Congress to prohibit exactly this outcome
No, they knew
is
about
irrelevant.
this beforehand. He simply did not give them the notification
Judy,
for 30
your thoughts?
days.
No, excuse me. Who knew about this? When Dianne Feinstein...
the Senate walked out of the briefing.
When Senator Dianne Feinstein, who is the head of the Senate Intelligence Committee,
right
who was...
I came out
excuse
here,
me, let someone else get a word in, okay? When she was told the details of the Osama bin Laden raid, but is not told about, according to her, this is what she said, the details of this. She was not given advance notice. When you've lost her, you're in trouble if you're President Obama.
Like I just said, the AP reported right before, immediately when we came out here, that the Senate, they walked out of the briefing. And so I really have to say that I can't take them serious.
What was their reason?
Well, you know,
to a person.
They walked out.
To a person.
And they knew
months
in advance that this negotiation was taking place.
You know,
you get the last word.
I think there are many, many questions about Sergeant Dahl and what happened to him, why the president did what he did. But one thing is pretty clear. What the president has done has not gone over well with the American people. What he said is not right. What Susan Rice talked about, honor and dignified, as describing his service, she was not right. The American people want some straight truth.
No, I think we've got to say very clearly, for a second time, in a moment of national concern and anxiety, the administration has put out Susan Rice, and she has, I'm going to be extraordinarily kind, misrepresented the truth. Thank you both for being here. Come back. Bring your mother. I want to hear her perspectives, too.
Well, certainly. I mean, just because I'm 32 doesn't mean we don't have the same amount of knowledge.
Whatever you say, because you're a lawyer. And I really, I mean, I treasure lawyers. I do. I really do.
I know. I can understand sarcasm, too.
Yeah. I wouldn't have expected no less. But I want you to be very, very much aware of the fact I'm being sincere. I would love to have you and your mother back here.
Excellent.
You too, Judy, and you're going to get a word in, I guarantee you. Thanks so much, both of you.